Hey everyone, and I'm back, and we're painting, obviously. We are painting leather today, and I'm using tan leather. And I was thinking I would paint her hat that color, but I'm thinking I'm going to paint it black instead. So what I will paint today is I'm going to do her boots, her gloves, and I will try to get her belt. But I think that pouch is going to be a different color. And one thing I was reminded of today, as I was brushing up my color and getting it ready to go, is not to use formulas for thinning water, for using water to thin your paints, which you generally should do. I know Reaper bones typically should not be thinned for the first coat, they say. Unless you prime like I do, and well, then you can go straight to thin layers. But a reason that reminded me to talk about that was my tanned leather is very thin when it comes out of the bottle. The way I got it was very, very thick, and I didn't like that because I was always having to thin it, and I knew I was going to have to thin it. And so, I added water to it. I don't remember what figure I was painting when I did that, but I had the brilliant idea that, hey, I'm doing this anyway. I might as well just do the whole bottle. And I really got it too thin in the bottle. So that's not the tip, but the tip was, get consistent with how you mix it, not with how it's mixed in the bottles. Really what I'm trying to say there. Gee, I have nothing else to say. Amazing. Okay. I guess I don't have to talk. Makes for funnier captioning, though. I don't know if you've ever seen the auto captioning that YouTube will occasionally do. There was a couple. Can't remember if it was. I think it was just YouTubers that were liked by the guys that I watch, and they recommended the video, putting a like or whatever. And it was a couple people redubbing their own video, but using what YouTube captioned it as. It was just, some of it came across okay, others of parts of it were just absolute complete nonsense. Like, oh, elevator jumped shark, and that's not what they said in the video, but the auto captioning pulled it out as such. And just entertaining, really. Okay, so see, I did say after I fill my paintbrush full of paint, I wash it off. But that's just because it's been a long day. Happy to sit down. Got told today that I may get to go on a field trip. Oh, God. Business trip. So that'll be nice. I haven't gone on a business trip in a long time. I just haven't been that important yet to actually go. Because of someone's absence from... there's a hair. Let me get that off. There. But they had to go on a different business trip to go support something. So I got to take over the work they were doing here. So anyway, they had to go to support something, and I got to take over what they were doing. Is that her hand? That's her hand. Really kind of hard to tell, and I probably should have painted that differently, but I was going to paint the handle of the sword tan leather too, but now that I picked the gloves to paint like that, I shouldn't do it in the same color. Paint all the flash. So that'll be nice. I'll enjoy it. The only thing that's kind of bothersome is it's going to be for a whole week. 1 or 2 days was fine. But no, we want you to go for the whole week. And, well, okay, I'm going to be... It's one of these tests where probably be bored for the majority of it until the sheer and absolute terror packs in and we have a frantic dash for a day or so, and then it all quiets down again. But it's still not definite. One of the main reasons I haven't gone on a business trip in so long is, hey, we can just video conference now. Don't need to go on a business trip. And so most of the business trips are very, very what's the word I'm looking for? Tightly controlled. Anyway, the business trips we mostly go on anymore are ones where you just absolutely have to be there in person. Does she have a belt go around the back, or is it just the front? I think it goes back behind the coat, so I will not paint that. And so now we start second coat. But yeah, never been to a conference. Not that I really care that much. Or any tech symposium, things like that. But never really felt the strong desire to go either. Otherwise, I'd write a paper and get to go that way. Of course, most of my interests don't lie with my work, at least hobby-wise. Although I guess, painting little spaceships is probably pretty high on my interest, but nearly work-related. Let me see, which glove did I start with? I think I started with this one. Trying to pick the driest one. And I got some on her butt. There we go. Cleaned up and moved to the next surface. You know, one of the things I was thinking, oh, I can go to a game store on the business trip. Okay, I have 2 or 3 game stores very, very close to me, but I guess it's the thrill of someplace new. Problem is the place I'm going, a little place, 200,000 people. That's little, right? Right? It looks like I'm going to have to hit that with some blue again. But, 200,000 people. I don't know how many game shops I can expect. If I'm working late into the night, they're not going to be, well, they may be open. So let's do one more layer on the boots. Mostly just to cover up all those blue dot areas. Quick check, make sure I got all the tops of her boots done, as well as I can be expected to do skill-wise. One thing I do like about this leather color is it just seems to shade and highlight itself. And of course, when you come back through and add a second layer to it, or second color for shading and highlight, it's just really easy to do. So I do love the leather brown. I probably use it way too much on my minis. Wow, didn't even get that spot in there. Probably should blackline or something on this, but I may go over everything except the skin with a wash. I don't know. Is a possibility. But I may not either. So, I think that's it for her. Thanks for watching, and leave a like if you enjoyed the video. See you next time.